Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Borderlands 2. Last time we got started with the new Let's Play and we did a few missions, and today we're going to go fight a midget riding a bullymong, which is pretty sweet, but something I just want to point out. This is something I noticed moving from the 360 version to the Handsman Collection. I've heard it said that people are like, it doesn't look that much different. Some of the things that I noticed that look hugely different, if you look at this lighting here, and remember, I'm only on an Xbox One S, not an X, so it'll look even better in 4K and all that. But like this, just the god rays coming through here looks so nice. The little elemental effect on the side of the gun lighting up there, the textures are noticeably better if you take a really close look. So for me, having played this on the 360 for so long, and then being able to play it now on the Xbox One with the Handsman Collection, for me it's a huge deal. And like, it seems like a random thing to point out, and it is, but it never ceases to amaze me when I can like look up and see god rays like all over the place. And maybe it's not the most realistic lighting, but I don't care. It's Borderlands and it looks freaking good, man. It looks awesome. I love it. So, anyways, just me gawking at how much I love this game again. So, there's going to be a lot of that throughout this Let's Play. So, prepare yourself for that. Let's see, we did get a sniper rifle, but it's level 5, so can't do anything with it yet. I could junk most of these. I kind of wish, it's a little bit of a nitpick, but I kind of wish that the junk button was not the same as the move up and down in the menu button, because trying to move the stick up and down and also click it in at the same time is not the easiest thing in the world. Aha! Got that barrel. There we go. Up. So to get to Blackburn Cove, you gotta head up this way towards where you had to get the fuse for the box earlier, the replacement fuse for the elevator. So, and let's see, Jacob's revolver. I like to, well, if I can, I like to take all these things, because even if I'm not gonna use it, I could sell it, which is nice. So let's see, I still got the assault rifle. I also like to have multiple types of weapons equipped, because if I run out of ammo for, say, the assault rifle, then I also have a revolver in the second slot, rather than having 2 assault rifles. Again, pretty self-explanatory, but, you know, for a lot of the stuff in the Let's Play, I want to at least take this from a stance of someone who hasn't played the game before. I want to make the video for someone who maybe hasn't played the game before, because now Borderlands 3 is on the horizon. I don't know, maybe someone will be like, oh, I want to watch Borderlands 2, see what that game was about. And if that person is watching this video, I don't want them to be totally lost. Also, welcome. Let's see, is that a skin that I already have? I have most of the common skins that you'll just see drop from random stuff like that. I have most of those at this point, just because I've played so much of the game. And for as much of this game as I've played, I haven't played a ton of the end game. I really like the beginning of the game the most, because it's the beginning of the game is where you're still kind of checking out everything you find. Like, you don't just... It gets to a point pretty quick where you just start kind of skipping like white rarity guns and everything, because you're like, well, that's useless. I'm never gonna ever want to use a white gun. That happens, I don't know, around level 14 or so, which is relatively early in the game. So I like the beginning of the game where for nearly every gun you can actually stop and look at it and say, would that be a better gun for me right now? Also, yes, I know I don't have the best trigger finger in the world, but it's, you know, it's good enough. Okay, level 5. What happens at level 5? You get your skill. And so you guys can pause and read this if you like. The quick version is you go ahead and activate your skill when you get to level 5. You spend your first skill point on that on every character. That's the same. And then there are a lot of different skills to go down here in different trees. So you've in the middle here, they call it the game changer skill. It's something that, well, on most characters, it's a 1-point skill that significantly changes the way you feel you play the game. So like this one is called Light the Fuse, for example. Completely changes your down state, and that's right in the middle of the tree, and they tend to call that the quote-unquote the game changer, like if you look at the official guide or whatever. And at the bottom you have the capstone skills, which are the crazy good ones, and this is definitely the tree I'm going to be going down for Kreig. All of these trees are good. but I really, really like the blue tree the most. So let's give this thing a try. Quick version is you run around, you melee stuff, and when you get a kill, you get all your health back. So you'll start to see as we go through the game, as we go through that skill tree, there's a lot of skills that actually deliberately increase Kreig's shield recharge delay, which is how long it takes before your shield starts recharging again. But by the same token, you'll also see skills like, you know, when his shield is down, he does increased melee damage, or something along those lines. So, the cooldown is funny too. You actually improve the cooldown by attacking enemies. Or is it? No, it's not by attacking enemies, it's by taking damage, I think. You know, now I can't remember, because it's not something I usually pay too much attention to. I usually just kind of let it cool down whenever it's going to cool down. There we go. Nice. I do like the revolvers in this game. They tend to be very, very good. Whoa, whoa. Blue rarity. Hello. Don't just be a skin. Ah, it's just a skin. Crap. Well, we did get a shotgun, too. Sure. Shotgun revolver combo. Let's do it. Revolver for a little bit of range, and shotgun when we get up close. Like to go ahead and loot most of the things. Now, here's the thing. I understand that the objective is that way, but if we go this way, we can get some extra loot and some more experience, which is also very important. So let's see. I don't anticipate the shotgun is going to be very good unless I start landing criticals, which I really need to. Yeah, it's still not very good. But it's a bandit shotgun, so it has a lot of ammo before I have to reload. Now, something I have to train myself out of the habit of is, I don't know if any of you guys paused and read that capstone skill in the blue tree, but basically, when you get down to 33% health, which you can always tell if you're at that because there will be a red triangle that starts flashing next to your health when you get that low. When you get that low on health, you can activate the skill and go into this crazy rampage mode where you do even more damage, and it's awesome. That's the capstone skill, though. I don't have that yet. But since I've played Kreig so much at higher levels, that's what I'm used to, is like waiting until the last second to use it so I get a powerful version. At the beginning of the game, there is no advantage whatsoever in waiting to use your skill. In fact, you'll end up just getting yourself killed, because if you wait until you're halfway down on health to use your skill, and you can't get a kill in the first 2 seconds, or whatever, you know, if you can't get a kill very quickly, then you're going to be in trouble. So, generally, at the beginning of the game, there is no reason to wait to use the skill, unless you just obviously don't need it. If you don't need it, then don't use it, because it does have a long cooldown. So, let's see. Ah, missed. Missed. Oh. There we go. Ah, missed. Ah. Get out of here. I am also aware of the trick that if you just look straight up in melee, it actually hits whatever is above you, regardless of how far away it is, which is a funny little trick, but... Get back. Ah. It's really fun to try and no-scope stuff, but it's not... I mean, it's not hard in this game. You can see how tight the reticle is, but... And thankfully, so one thing that I suppose I could go ahead and mention about Jacob's sniper rifles, there's a challenge completed for not using a scope. Something about Jacob's sniper rifles is that every white rarity Jacob sniper rifle is always going to be semi-automatic. Well, roughly semi-automatic. About that fast, right there. So effectively semi-automatic. So that's white, blue... well, okay, white and blue rarity, specifically because orange is legendary and they're unique and different. But green and purple will be bolt action. Well, they're all technically bolt action. You know what I mean. The rate of fire will be significantly less on green and purples than on white and blues. Don't ask me why. That's just the way the game works. I don't know. They made that design decision. Whatever. There it is. So, whites and blues are very good Jacob sniper rifles because they fire super duper fast. On the topic of manufacturers, I guess I can start to go over some of that. Different manufacturers have different things. So Jacobs tends to do a lot of damage per shot. Bandit has very big magazines. Dahl they have different fire modes. So if I just hip fire, it's semi-automatic. But if I zoom in, I get burst fire. Vladov tends to have very high fire rate. Torg has explosive bullets. Malawan is typically, Malawan is always elemental. But they're not the only ones that can be elemental. They're just the best at it. What else? Who am I forgetting? Oh, Hyperion gradually gets more accurate, which I never actually showed off. Yeah. Oh, well, I can use the shotgun here. It's actually not a bad shotgun, because it's a double barrel with 7 shots. So if I fire from the hip here, just watch the reticle carefully. You can see the reticle actually gets smaller, and it's much more noticeable on their SMGs and handguns. Yeah. I'm saving my skill here because I know that shortly we're going to be fighting at least one badass, so I want to be ready to go for that. But that's why I'm saving my skill. So that's what Hyperion does, and then the last one, I guess, unless I'm forgetting any, is Teedior, which I don't have on me right now. I can't show you. But Teedior weapons, when you reload them, they fly towards your enemy and explode, which is super duper useful. And the sooner you do it, as in if you do it when you have more ammo in the magazine, the more damage the explosion does. So one strategy with Teedior pistols, especially at the beginning of the game, is to fire one bullet and then reload, because you'll throw it at your enemy, it'll blow up and do a whole bunch of damage. I like fighting the slingers, by the way. They're much easier to kill, they don't have a ton of health, and they kind of just sit back and let you hit them, which is always nice. Now, like I mentioned in the last episode, nice, level 6. Like I mentioned in the last episode, Bullywongs are weak to fire, so using an incendiary pistol like this, if you have one, is super duper useful. Also, getting dot, or damage over time, is always helpful. Wow, look at that shotgun. That's nice for this point of the game. Triple barrel, too, so the more barrels a shotgun has, the more pellets it fires, roughly, generally speaking. So 14 as opposed to 13. These, honestly, there should be a little more variation than that. You might see like 15 or 16 here, and maybe as low as 11 or 12 there. So the two are closer than I think they should be. But now that we have another skill point, we can go into the trees here. Pull the pin. Now, this, when it says upon death, it means actually death. It doesn't mean fainting, or not fainting, going into fight for your life. It means death, like when you actually die and respawn. So I don't find that skill personally useful. On the left here we have Empty the Rage. Increased melee damage further increases if your shield is down or your magazine is empty. Case in point, like I said earlier, you get more buffs when your shield is down. So there will be skills like this one that makes it deliberately increases the time it takes for your shield to start recharging again. Which seems counterintuitive, but on Kreig, and if you pair it up with a skill like this, it makes perfect sense. Over here you've got Feed the Meat, which increases maximum health and shield recharge delay, so that would pair nicely with this, which would pair nicely with this, which would also pair nicely with this. Taking damage recharges Buzz X Rampage at a faster rate. So as you can see, there's lots of combinations. Whoops. If you stick to a tree, there's lots of combinations to go with, but I'm going to be going with Empty the Rage here as well. Now, there's a lot of ways to split up your skills in the skill tree. Some people, whoops, I think that was a Torg. I just kind of grabbed it too quick. Yeah, Torg. So there you go. They deal explosive damage. There's a lot of ways to divvy out your skill points among the trees. A lot of people, well, I shouldn't say a lot of people. Some people like to go with like 2 skills in one and 3 skills in another. And the idea is that for every level in the skill tree, for every tier in the skill tree that you want to advance, you have to put 5 points into that tier, and you can do 1 and 4, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, or all 5 into 1, whichever you prefer. And this Bullymong is being a jerk. So some people will go 2 and 3, but I like to go put all 5 into one of the skills in the tree, or in the tier, because I think that's a little more efficient if you can have like a really good what am I trying to say? Brain. Come on, brain. If you can make one skill very, very good, I think generally that's better than trying to spread out across multiple skills. But, you know, to each their own, of course. And, yeah. And this is kind of the reason we came over. I should have mentioned it when I did it, but we actually got a Cult of the Vault symbol on the little boat back there on the starboard side of the bridge. I don't know. Does it count as a bridge if it's a ship that small? Does it count as a ship if it's that small? I don't know. I'm trying to think. The wheelhouse. The wheelhouse is a good way to put it. Yeah, that's more general. Let's see. The revolver does more damage. Rate of fire is pretty irrelevant on Jacob's things. Say magazine. Yeah, I like that one better. And some guns that I don't need. Okay, let me take a second here. I'm gonna keep that and trash that. Keep this. Keep trash. Whoops. Used to Game of the Year edition where it's favorite then trash, not trash then favorite. Yep, I did it again. And there we go. Okay. So when I get back to a shop, I can just quick sell all those. But yeah, let's go do what we came here for and fight Midgemong, who's actually a midget riding on a bullymong. So it's actually two enemies. There we go. Oh. Hey. Reload. There's one more rack. There's always one more than I had ammo for. I'm gonna run back to those shops. Ah! So the water's cold around the icebergs here, so I'm gonna run back to the shop, sell my stuff, and then we'll have an mostly empty inventory to proceed into the rest of Blackburn Cove here. All right, heading back to Blackburn Cove here. Into the proper cove over there. And just a quick note, I did buy a new shield, because it was a new shield in the vendor there that had green arrows all across the board. So I was like, yep, I like that. Now, the normal person would pull this lever here and get the platform to come closer. But if you want a challenge, walk the chain. There you go. Vault Hunter on a wire. More badass rank. Always good. Did I get a badass token yet? No. It takes a while now, because I have a significantly high enough badass rank that it takes a long time to get more. Oh, another challenge that you can do in this area if you're interested. There are 4 of these little telescopes around here. This is one of them. The other 3 are currently behind me somewhere in the actual cove, and we'll go around and get all those too. Because once again, I'm going to take the long path, and I'm going to take the long way around and get more loot. So, in the meantime, though, here we go. So you can throw the buzz axe, so you're not completely limited to... running up and hitting them with it, but it does less damage. I don't think it gets... I think it does get the melee buffs, but it doesn't get them as much. So, it does get the melee damage bonuses, but not quite as much as the regular, melee attack. So, oh boy, I just killed myself and revived myself all in the same instant there. Nice. Let's see, watch out for the fire barrels, because there is fire near them that can actually light you on fire, and you don't want that. And look at that, we took so much damage so quickly there that our skill's ready to go again. Ooh, some flat-off weapons here. Flat-off with a Torg barrel. Well, I'll take them and sell them anyways. This one, historically I haven't had good luck with these like rocket-type guns, but basically the idea is, since it has a Torg-style barrel on it, fires rockets, like that. And again, historically I haven't really liked them that much, because now I gotta account significantly for bullet, lead time. And the damage is alright, but I wouldn't say the damage is anything like, oh my god, that's awesome, It's okay. Oh crap, bad idea. See, I'm in that habit of trying to use my skill when I'm on low health, and it didn't help me. Because the other thing about that skill at the capstone there is when you use the skill from low health, you get all your health back too. So you get all your health back, you get immunity for like a couple seconds, and you turn into this awesome badass that does a ton more damage. Now, I said I was going to take the long way around. I'm kind of failing to do that so far. So in a second here, after we finish these guys off, we'll actually do what I said I was going to do and go explore the other parts of the area here. And of course there's one more guy, and he's up there, and we're going to go ahead and... Ooh, I would like to kill him without blowing up the barrel behind him, because we might want those later. I'm not going to give anything away, though. Nice. And I got him before he could blow up any of the barrels, too. We're going to want those there later, but I won't say more. So if you come back here, there's another, or the other, Cult of the Vault symbol. So there we go. There's another 5 badass rank for me. Did I earn? Nope. Oh my god, that bar is barely moving. So, the long way around. What the heck did I mean by that? Well, if we come back closer to the beginning of this whole area here, there's all these boats around here that go around the edge of the cove, and there's loot to be had on these boats. And also 2 of the 4 telescopes are out here on these boats. So, we're going to head on over now. Hello. Let's go ahead and reload this thing. I mean, this rifle seems to be doing okay for us here. Also, there is pretty much always a badass standing there, and he's pretty much always standing there in that same spot. And we didn't get to see it, but if you watch him when he spawns, he like comes out of this door and then like moonwalks over the air to stand over there. I don't really understand how or why, but he's also kind of a pain in the butt to hit with these rockets, apparently. Let's go back to my revolver. Let's see, is this gonna work better? Yep, that works better. Nice. Ooh, what is that? It was a bandit pistol. It's not a very good bandit pistol, but, you know, money. I can sell that. There's a dog barking outside. Interesting. So one of the telescopes is on this boat right here. Cool view of the Hyperion space station up there. I can tell you that looks a whole lot better quality than it did on the 360 too. Holy cow. Let's go ahead and get this out here. Ah. Yep. I'm not very good at throwing this thing, so expect to see a lot of really pathetic misses like that. Oh. Ah. Nice. Did all that without losing my shield. Let's go ahead and loot these. Hello, Hyperion. So I can go ahead and just show off the Hyperion pistol again. Pretty wide hip fire right now. Pretty bad recoil, but as I hold on to the trigger, you can see it gets more stable. Now, it actually stays stable for quite a while as long as you just reload, but if you sprint, it resets it. So, just things to keep in mind. Where is my revolver? Kreig, you're too big, man. I can't see around you. That's the only issue I have with Kreig. It's like literally the only issue I have with Kreig. I love everything else. Shotgun time, because now we're getting into close quarters. Nice. Incendiary. Get that shotgun midget out of there. Ah, nice. So the as we were picking that first skill, you might have noticed there that I also get a bonus to my melee damage if the magazine is empty, and it seems like, well, that's weird, because, you know, if you're in Buzzak's Rampage, you don't even have a magazine, so what good is that? Well, the utility in that is what you just saw a few seconds ago there. I was reloading my shotgun, I didn't have any other weapons, so I tried to melee the guy, and, well, that's the situation where having an empty magazine and doing more melee damage is good. So, see, both of these shotguns only have a single barrel, and they only have 6 pellets, which is a big part of the reason I don't want to use either of them, because they're just really lacking in damage. But here's the third telescope. There's something happening outside involving dogs. In fact, I should check on that. Okay, sorry about that. Sounded like there were dogs fighting outside or something, so yeah, I wanted to go check on that. Alright, well, we got a big weapon chest up there, which is part of the reason we came this way. Also for the telescopes, which we got. Careful jumping down this. This horn's hitbox is bigger than it looks, and if you fall into the water, there's not a very good place to get out of the water here. It's kind of hard. So just be careful with that. I've done that a few times. You just kind of bump into the unusually large hitbox of that horn there and then fall into the water. It's like, ah, crap, what now? Get stairs, thank you. For my Kreig there, forgot how to use stairs for a second. I want this money. It's not much, but I'll take what I can get. Also ammo. Okay, Midgemong, coming to get you. Let's load up the incendiary here. Yep, gonna definitely want that. So there are some little bandits here, some regular bandits. Ladder, can I, thank you. Down there, but I'm not worried about them yet. We want Midgemong, who is right inside of here. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. I didn't, totally failed to kill either of them there, and didn't get my health back. But I did level up after that, so, aha. When you level up, you get your skill back, which is super duper useful. There we go. And I think we killed the midget too. So there's a badass midget riding on the bullymong. I think the bullymong is called midgemong, but the midget is just a badass midget, I think. Kind of all happened really fast there. So if you come in here, there's loot, and you're like, oh, yay, loot. But pay attention, because there's a badass marauder. Actually, there's two badass marauders that are going to come out of here and try to kill you. So jump the counter. There we go. Burn him, burn him, burn him. There we go. Set him on fire. Ah, I kind of figured that was going to happen. Got him. Nice. Another single-barreled shotgun that I don't really care about. And let's see, get this loot. There's a lot of loot to be had in here. But let's go ahead and sell the guns I don't want, like that and that and this and those and these old shields. Let's see. Not interested. Nope. Maybe that's better than my other revolver? Hold on. It is better in damage. Sure, why not? Hyperion pistol. Let's see, new revolver, old revolver. Don't need this, don't need this, don't need that. Let's see. Let's see here, don't need that. Loot, nope, okay, so we got another skill point. We're going to dump that into Empty the Rage again. We're going to sell that junk. We're going to buy some health. Check out the shields. No. One of them had 2 green arrows, but really all I'm looking for, well, not all I'm looking for, but most of what I'm looking for in a shield is capacity like that. That's pretty awesome. Let's see, if something's in your way, like ammo, you can kind of just tap X and it'll flip around and get out of your way, like so. Let's equip that shield. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. So why did I say we might want those barrels over there that I left intact? Because if this fight lasts, longer than that, he jumps around. So he'll go there. He'll go, like, up there, he'll go over there, he'll jump up there, he jumps around to a whole bunch of different places, so, I didn't expect to be able to kill him that quickly, so, yeah. But that's why I was trying to leave the barrels intact, just in case we needed that. Really did not expect to do that much damage with the Buzz Axe, though, so that was good. And there's lots and lots and lots and lots of loot to be had here, so don't rush through here too quickly. You could find some pretty good stuff, like this. That is pretty sweet. Only gets 2 shots though. So I don't know. I mean, it's quite a bit more damage, but only gets 2 shots. It's like, yeah, I think we'll keep this one, just because I like being able to. I like being able to do a lot of damage in one instant. Then again, there's value to be had in being able to attack for extended periods of time. So I don't know. I don't know, man. They're both good. Of course, the Hyperion's going to be more accurate too. Ooh, hello. Hey, Jacobs with a spinny barrel. Very nice. So this spinny barrel that you see on here actually spins like a minigun. On something like a Vladoff or a Doll or a Torg, it actually works like a minigun. You hold down the trigger and it accelerates. On a Doll, though, it's a little different because it fires all 3 barrels at once. So what's the utility in it spinning? I have no freaking idea. It doesn't make any sense. But it spins anyways. But the big picture is that it fires 3 shots at once, which is super duper useful. So this is my new assault rifle choice. I think I will keep the Hyperion shotgun. That's a lot more damage, though. Alright, we'll keep the Jacobs. This, keeping the sniper rifle because it's the only one I have, and not much else. Not much other reason. The revolver I don't need anymore because now I have the assault rifle there, and that's going to be very good for us. So I'm just kind of keeping the inventory organized here. All that stuff is junk, don't need it. Let's go turn in symbiosis. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. We need to go back and get the other telescope. It's up near Midgemong's area there, and I totally forgot to grab it. So coming back up here to Midgemong's area, the last telescope that you need is... Oh, here it is. So just go ahead and use this. And you can hear Kreig talking there. We got a new challenge done. I can see your corpse from here. And that's the challenge for finding all of the telescopes in the area here. So with that, now we'll actually head back and turn in symbiosis. Did I get a badass rank yet? No. It's going to take a while for that bar to move. Alrighty, back here in Liarsburg, we're ready to turn in symbiosis. And I forgot to sell all my junk, so let's just do that quick. There we go. Oh, I love that junk system. Alright, defeat the Bullymong riding midget. Size doesn't matter except when it does, which is always. Stay in school, kids. And that's a head customization. Depending on what character you're playing, you're always going to get the same head customization. So if you're playing Kreig, you're always going to get that one. If you're playing the Gunzerk, you'll always get the same one for him, etc., etc. So the last mission in the area now is actually this one. Let's go ahead and do this real quick since we can, and we're already here. And then it'll just be the story mission left, which we'll leave for next episode because that takes some time to get through. So start off blowing this off here.
Hey everybody, how are you? Jack here.
What is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, what was your name?
Pierce.
Well, Miss Pierce, and please don't tell me it's Mrs. Pierce and break my heart. This train doesn't belong to you, so why don't you turn around and face me, Pumpkin?
This train was commandeered legally under the...
Holy nutballs! What happened to your freaking face?
So next one is up here on top of Hammerlock's roof.
Okay, how about this? Lady, I don't even know what to call you. You tell me why you look like you headbutted a belt sander, and I'll let all you go right now.
My husband gave me a skag pearl ring. The pearl released hunger-inducing pheromones.
Oh, you know what? I am so sorry. I just, forgive me. Where's your husband now?
He's dead.
That is a heartbreaker. But you got something in common with him now, at least.
Yeesh. He's not a very pleasant fellow, is he?
Oh, holy crap. Did you see your head? It was like... Oh my god. Wilhelm, kill these savages. Understood.
Handsome Jack killed her, did he? Shame. A real shame. Please return the echoes to me whenever you are capable of doing so.
And I'm capable of doing so now, so there you go. Your choice of guns. I think I'll actually take the Tediore. I don't know if I'll hold on to it, though. But there we go. So next up is the story mission, and that's going to take a significant amount of time, so we'll leave that for next episode, and that'll do it for this one. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and as always, I hope to see you all in the next one.